Welcome to Pastor G's Podcast 2020, Season 2, Episode 1. Don't just settle. Hebrew 11:1 tells us, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. What is hope? It is the aspiration or the optimism. It is the main star of this very context. Now, what is faith? It is your belief, complete trust, confidence, and it is the supporting actor. Genesis 17:2 tells us, and I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abraham fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, which is a common patriarch, but thy name shall be called Abraham, meaning exalted founding father. For a father of many nations have I made thee, and I will make thee exceeding fruitful, that is fertile and producing much, and I will make thee, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and to thy seed after thee. Verse number 9, and God said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. Verse number 15, and God said unto Abraham, as for Sarai, which means matriarch of Israel, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah, which is a biblical matriarch and a prophet, shall be her name, and I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. King of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old, bear, that is produce or carry and deliver? And Abraham said unto God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, which is a Hebrew patriarch. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at the set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and God went up from Abraham. Understand this, you can't work faith if you are not hoping. Anticipate in faith for what you are hoping for. But whatever you do, don't just settle. That is to resolve to give up or to give in for anything. We have all too often seen people give up too easily on their dreams and visions. They run into a snag and they simply resolve that it's not for them to do. But truth really be told, we even ourselves have been so frustrated in trying to accomplish or achieve something and felt like, I tried. You see, life can serve up some bucket loads of lemons, some bushels of overripe tomatoes, some sour grapes, some rotten bananas. Nevertheless, how far can you really go if you give up too quick? How much of life will pass you by if you just sit there and brood over clipping a hurdle? Isn't it the same 1 to 4 years that will happen anyway? Whether you do what you desire or not, you will be just older, that is diminished strength, trying to do what you could have done if you would have only tried it again and again. You see, it's not what you try at first. But if not at first you succeed, try and try again until you do. Each time you try, you'll learn something you missed in the first attempt. And you will become more efficient, more competent the second try, and even more proficient, that is skilled, tried, and masterful the third and fourth time. In other words, if you keep trying at it, you will develop yourself into a professional. You may be categorized as a professional student for a while. Nonetheless, an earned scholar you can become over time. Don't you see it? Each round you attempt, you eliminate the unnecessary. You enforce the necessitated. You will bring real hope to the possibilities of a good ending, an improved finish, a masterpiece. Don't just settle.